Hi everyone, I'm Anna Finch from Finch Press and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who haven't watched any of my videos before, welcome to my channel. Okay, so today's video is going to be fairly short. It is basically just a vlog and a check-in on how I'm going with NaNoWriMo. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, NaNoWriMo. We are past the halfway point, and I'm still in the first act of my novel. I am probably about 15,000 words. Yeah, about 15,000 words behind. So the amount of words I have to write a day now, according to the NaNoWriMo website, is about 3,000, which is possible for me when I am not dead tired. I work full-time as a teacher, which means I plan classes, I attend a lot of meetings, professional development, and that takes a bit of my time as well. I'm also doing promotion for my debut novel, Voiceless. So I'm doing so much stuff. So I've got a lot on my plate. So I'm pretty far behind. I can catch up if I write 3,000 words a day. However, the situation is, based on my current situation, what's happening now with school and life and all that, writing 3,000 words a day for my novel is probably not feasible. I mean, it's possible for me to catch up. I mean, I have written, I think there was a day where I wrote like 8,000 words, roughly. Yeah, about 8,000 words in one day. So I can catch up if I just like sit down and focus. But I can't do that at home. Sometimes I can write at work, but the last 2 weeks of Nano, I really can't, because I've got a lot of things due for work. So there's that. And with Nano, I have been writing maybe every 2, maybe every 3 days. Sometimes I write 1,000 words, sometimes I write 2,000 words, or 3,000, but it's been erratic. Part of that is motivation. I mean, I want to finish this book. I do want to get my first draft done. I originally want to get it done by mid-December. But reality is, with my current position, I am probably going to need the school holidays. If I will have to write a little bit. I probably can get it done, the first draft done, by the end of December. And if I spread it out, little bits and pieces each day, I can get it done by the end of December. And I have been writing slower, mainly because I'm trying to apply the feedback I got from my developmental editor for my first book, so that when I do give my first draft to my developmental editor, there'll be less heavy edits that I'll need to do, like what I did for Voiceless. So for Voiceless, I ended up having to add 40,000 words because I didn't actually, I needed to add 40,000 words of backstory, character development, and plot. I mean, the plot was okay. It was fairly clear. The arcs were clear. But I needed to add more character development and flesh them out and things like that. And there was a few other things that I needed to fix that I did. But that took a lot of effort. And I kind of want to save myself that effort later. So I'm kind of writing a little bit slower and trying and reading over it and getting, as best I can, the first draft as clean as possible, and clean and well written as possible. So when I give my developmental editor that first draft, I don't have to make big massive changes. So that's one reason. Another reason is because I work full time. My schedule is very packed. I've been lucky this term that I only have 4 classes on. I normally have at least 1 spare class a day for planning and that, which is amazing. But I also get extras. So there are days where I maybe have 3 classes on and no meetings, 3 classes on and no meetings, like Friday. But when I get home on the Friday, I can write, no worries, because I'm not as tired. But then you've got days where I've got my 4 normal classes, plus an extra, plus a meeting after school, and also operating on maybe 5 hours sleep or less. 5 hours sleep and caffeine and Coca-Cola and willpower. Which means that which is tiring enough. But then if I've got a lot of behaviour issues I've got to deal with, that also wears me down a bit more. And on those days when I get home, I just collapse. I collapse on my bed and I fall asleep. I ignore the world and I just fall asleep. I do not feel like getting up or crawling or walking to my laptop and writing. My brain is completely fried. Pretty much Tuesdays and Wednesdays, pretty much my brain feels like mush, usually because of the after school meetings, usually because of the type of classes I've got, my year 7s in particular, my type of specific classes I have on those days, plus yard duty and after school meetings, and now report writing. So there's that. The lack of energy that I have. Another thing, this time of year, so November, is probably the worst time of year for someone who's employed full-time as a teacher to write a novel. Because this time of year you've got exams, you've got a lot of assessments, you've got reporting. It's heading towards the end of the year, and we've got, at least here in Australia, it's towards the end of the school year, and we've got so much stuff we need to do. Me especially, I've got to write 25 home group comments for kids who have been spending at least 6 months in remote learning. And some of those kids, a lot of those kids, I haven't seen since they went on remote learning. I mean, they've come back. I've maybe seen them maybe 3-4 weeks. And it's kind of not enough for me to talk about, like, for the semester. So I've got so that's number 3, report writing comments. I've also got to make the reports for 6 classes in 3 different levels. I've got assessments for 6 different classes that are going to be due at the end of this week. This week, and I'll be getting those assessments next week. I'll be getting those assessments next week from 6 different classes in 3 different levels, all at the same time, that I have to mark and use that to adjust their marks on their reports, edit the reports. Another thing, I only recently found out that I am going to be working at this school full-time next year and for many years, and for ongoing, so meaning I'm technically permanent once I sign the contract. And I just found out that I'll be teaching law, which is something I really want to teach, which is awesome. But it means that I've got to prepare stuff for Step Up Week, which is meant to introduce Year 11 students or people that are doing their VCE certificate or their final 2 years to the subject, the expectations, the assessments, and basically start them doing that, as well as giving them holiday homework. So I've got a week to prepare that. Plus, I've got to do unit planning and all this. So I've got a lot of stuff I need to do. That is not book related. I love teaching. It's my full-time job. So teaching is my priority, my main priority. So teaching is my main priority, which is kind of why I'm only really planning on releasing a book a year. Maybe, depending on how fast I write and how well I write in a particular year, maybe 2 books. But I'm basically planning 1 book a year. So I'm planning 1 book a year. And if I am struggling, probably a different edition, probably audiobook at some point for my first book. So teaching is my main priority. Now, I'm still going to be trying to get as much of my first draft of Unspoken done in NaNoWriMo in the next 2 weeks. Hopefully I can get up to, if I can get up to chapter 20 by the end of the month, that's nearly the halfway point, I'd be ecstatic. Because that means I'm getting into I'm starting to get into the more darker side of the story, which is something else. But that may mean that I won't make the word count of 50,000. I would still I'm still going to try and make that word count as best I can. But this means my NaNoWriMo project on the site has now changed from being my original project, Unspoken, to being a mixed project, meaning Unspoken and my planning and my paperwork. So I'll be because I'm going to be writing a lot of words for my planning, so a lot of my brain power is going to be going towards that. So I am going to be changing my project so it's mixed writing, so creative and professional writing. So pretty much the words from my report writing, comments on my students' assessments, unit planning, assessment creation, all those words are going to be counted for NaNoWriMo. Because, quite frankly, I have to get the paperwork done first. There's no leeway. I have to get it done or done. There's no leeway. I've only got that 1 week and a half, really, to get all that paperwork done. So the paperwork is, I'm going to be doing both the paperwork plus my NaNoWriMo in order to meet my word goal. Because if I don't count the words from my paperwork, I doubt I'll make the word goal. And a lot of what I've been writing so far this month has been stuff for my planning and my paperwork. So I'm still writing words. It's just not creative writing. It's more informative and professional type of writing. I was planning on counting the 5 essays I originally had to write for key selection criteria for jobs as part of my word count, because that's like 5,000 words right there. But I didn't end up needing to write them because I was offered a job at my current school. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with NaNoWriMo. So how have you guys gone with NaNoWriMo? Have you met your word goals or your personal goals? If your word goal is not 50,000, if your personal goal is a little bit different, let me know. How have you gone? How have you gone with motivation and productivity in NaNoWriMo? Let me know in the comments down below. I have also got a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale on Kobo, Nook, Apple. I will be doing it on Amazon KDP and on Google Play. I've just got to fix the promo settings on Google, but it'll be on all platforms pretty much that my book is available. So the Black Friday sale is in the US, UK, Canadian, Australian, and New Zealand, and I'm also going to be giving prices in euros as well, Euro stores. It's the Voiceless and Mermaid's Tale, my debut novel, will be priced at $2.99 in the US, Canadian, Australian, New Zealand, and Euro currencies, and $1.99 in pounds, British pounds, from the 26th of November to the 30th. So it's a 5-day sale, I believe. Yeah, so I'll be having that sale on then. Also, I just checked as of recording this. My book is in the top 50, roughly in the top 50 new releases for my category, particularly the Mermaid category. It's also number 1 in one category as of recording this, which is awesome. This is in the US store, which is awesome. And I'm like super happy. To anyone who has purchased a copy of my book, thank you. I hope you do enjoy it, and leaving a review would be extremely helpful for me. It would help improve visibility, particularly on Amazon, but a whole bunch of other platforms as well. So it improves visibility, and also can improve sales and things. So if you read it and leave an honest review, I would love to hear what you think about my book. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say. And this went on longer than I thought, to be honest. Anyway, my live stream is on this Saturday at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. It will most likely go for 2 hours, but depending on interest, I may also do a marathon that Saturday. This is Australian time. But I will definitely be doing a marathon live sprint on Saturday the 28th, starting at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I'll be doing it in 2-hour blocks. So 2 hours of live writing sprints, plus maybe a half an hour to 45-minute break, and then doing another 2-hour block. Because it's the last few days, it's like the third last day. It's like 3 days left of NaNoWriMo after that. I may do 3 blocks of writing in the live stream. Depends on interest and depends on the number of people that attend. But I'll definitely be doing 2 blocks to see if we can get that last push through. Anyway, and if you are interested in me continuing doing live writing sprints each week or every 2 weeks, even after NaNoWriMo is finished, let me know down below in the comments. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe so you're notified of when I upload. I try to upload each week. I don't always get a chance because I do teach full time and I sometimes don't have time to create content. Anyway, I'll see you next time. I'll see you in my live stream on Saturday. Just hope you can join us.